Hey everyone, welcome back. Sharon J. Lawrence. Sharon J. Lawrence. I'm ready to kind of take a nap. I'm good though. It's been a really good day and productive. But we are back for another segment of 31 days of healthy relationship tips. And this week we are focused on how to have a healthy relationship with ourselves. We do extremely well, as we know, trying to work on healthy relationships with others, but we don't always do so well with ourselves. So today is day 24. We're almost there, y'all. So I hope you're taking notes. And so without further ado, I am here with the amazing and dynamic wellness expert, author, speaker. She is just amazing. Sherrell Moore Tucker. Hi.
Hey Sharon.
How are you?
I'm doing really good on this Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. Can you believe it? We're at the end of the year.
Yeah.
It goes by so quick.
It really does when you take a moment to reflect, yeah, it's gone by and we're getting ready to start a whole nother decade.
2020.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever imagined that in the 80s. And I was born in the 70s, but you don't know nothing when you real tiny. But in the 80s is when you have that concept of years, so it's like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I can't even imagine getting that far. You start thinking cars are going to be flying and all this stuff.
Yeah. Sharon, it is so crazy that you say that because I believe that we graduated from high school the same year.
Mm-hmm.
And I can remember my brother, we are 7 years apart, and his graduation date was 2000. And I can remember he was in middle school and they were talking about the class of 2000. I thought the same thing, like, oh my gosh, when my brother graduates, we're going to be in flying cars. And
Yep.
it seems so futuristic.
Yes, like the Jetsons and whatnot.
Yeah.
But we're still on the ground, and I think that might be a good thing because I don't know how people would do the road rage people. I don't know if that would work. But
Yeah.
we have truly digressed, but that was good. Sherrell, tell the people who you are, what it is that you do, and where you are located.
Yeah, so I'm located in the DC metro area, and I am an author and a trauma-informed wellness educator. With that, I teach yoga, I teach meditation. I also have a long HR background that really consists of me providing assistance and guidance to managers with dealing with stressful situations, training leaders and aspiring leaders. And so it is my heart's desire to just really serve regular everyday people as they discover their purpose in life and move beyond, just surviving, but actually living out their purpose each and every day.
Wow. And I can attest to that. This is what she does every day. And she's even helped me. So I am truly grateful to have you on this platform with me because I can say that I benefited from your support.
Oh,
And I'm truly grateful for that.
Oh, it is my honor to serve, just making, no matter how big or small the impact, it's an impact nonetheless. And I'm glad to be a part of a community that's, really focused on doing that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right. So you guys got that. Let us know if you're on with us. Dr. Kiba is on. Hey, Dr. Kiba will be on Saturday, and she's based out of New York City. She's a licensed psychologist. Huh?
I said, hey, Dr. Kiva.
So she'll be on with us later this week. And there's a couple of other people on. Let us know who you are. I can see that you're watching, but let us know. Say hi. So we can say hi back. Okay, so let's get right to it, Sherrell.
Yeah.
We know that one of your specialties is helping people to learn to connect to God and connect with themselves. Mm-hmm. And so your topic tonight is based on how to use meditation as a form of self-care, which means self-care really is about having that relationship with self. But I need to caveat just a little bit because there are people who, when they think of self-care, they think of just going to get things done for themselves, but they still haven't tapped into how to have an actual relationship with themselves. So can you talk a little bit about how the self-care looks different when there's a healthy relationship attached to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I forgot to mention, I'm so glad that you brought that up. I'm also the creator of Mind, Body, Faith, which is really about exploring holistic tools and techniques, trying to live well inside and out. It's that intersection of science and faith. And so when it comes to meditation, as you mentioned, caring for self, and people sometimes equate that to doing something, going to get the nails done, the pedicure, the manicure. And a lot of those things are attached to some type of dollar amount. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to a practice like meditation as a form of self-care, it takes the dollar equation out of the equation so that you can focus on building a stronger relationship, mind, body, spirit. In the case of Mind, Body, Faith, also reconnecting with God, the divine, whoever you call that person that you believe you were created from. Mm. And I believe that is so, so important, because many of the things that we manifest in life come out of our own thoughts, our own imagination. Mm. And then we share that experience with other people through our communications, our speech, the way we interact with people. It all starts within ourselves, and not just the mind, because a lot of people think about meditation with just the mind, my thoughts, but really it also filters down to your heart. What is coming out of what are the issues of your heart, and being able to reconcile those things in a way that works for you. And it doesn't happen all at once. It's not like, a one-time fix. You cultivate a meditation practice and everything is great in the next hour or so. That's not how it works. It's a lifelong practice of learning how to better understand yourself, connect with yourself, the divine creator, and being okay and allowing yourself to learn how to be a human being versus a human doing, so that when you are running low on your spirit, your mind, your body is running on E, when you need to take a moment to pause and to refuel.
Right. Okay, did y'all get that? A human being versus a human doing.
Right. A lot of us don't know how to. We don't know how to be. We know how to do because society rewards us for doing. Right. You're a multitasker. Oh, you're doing so much work in a short amount of time. We get rewarded for that in our careers.
You're doing a great job.
Right. You get rewarded in your community. So we tend to lean into that rhythm and make it a part of our everyday life, doing more, as if we're on a race. And the concept of being is something that is very foreign to a lot of people, but that really is the foundation of cultivating a meditative practice, which has the benefit of cultivating a better relationship with yourself. Because that busyness, that doing, takes us out of relationship with ourselves, and now our focus is always on something else. The busyness takes us to a place of doing for others, doing for validation, doing for something, and being has nothing attached to it. You simply sit and be, and many of us don't feel comfortable with just being because we're not ready to face what we have inside, what we have stuffed down, what we have ignored, what has hurt us. We don't really want to deal with it. And so being is really a bold step and a bold move. But I believe that the viewers on here, those that are listening, you're bold enough to do it in 2020.
Y'all got this?
Yeah.
She's saying y'all bold enough to do it. Yeah. And again, y'all, we're not talking about resolutions. We're talking about life changes,
right?
Lifestyle changes. You're thinking differently. You're responding to self differently. Right. We're not saying, oh, I'm gonna lose 5 pounds. I want to lose. No. We're saying make small changes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when it comes to meditation, the verb to meditate, we're already doing it. We're just not necessarily conscious of it. We meditate on food. We meditate on what we want to watch on TV. We meditate on our next career goal, our next opportunity. And meditate simply means to think or to ponder. That's the simplest form. So what are you pondering on day to day? You're probably pondering on what I want to eat, who I want to spend time with. Maybe you're pondering on worrying. Oh my gosh, my child's about to go back to school, and you're thinking of all these worst case scenarios. All of these things are forms of meditation. So you're already meditating. So why not put intention behind it and learn how to cultivate something that is going to help better your relationship with yourself? And one of the parts of that is your thoughts. Learning how to be in relationship with your thoughts. Mindfulness is a form of meditation that a lot of people are learning more and more about, which that concept is simply allowing the thought to come to your mind without judgment and let it pass away. It's a mental exercise in not how to go down the rabbit hole, right? Christian meditation is really about, through grace, cultivating that presence, that connection that you would like to experience with God, the creator, and allowing yourself to just sit there, to rest in it. You ain't got to pray. You ain't got to come up with this elaborate prayer or have a devotion. It's just sitting and being. Some people would equate it to just soaking, just soaking. Because sometimes we, in order to be, we have so many things that we're judging ourselves about. And so allowing yourself to just soak and to be can be really refreshing as a form of self-care as well.
Right. This is really good. As y'all can see, we're 15 minutes in, and I only asked one question. Sherrell, this is Sherrell all day long. Like she loves it. Like I was like, we didn't even need a topic. I could just say, go Sherrell. I'll do this periodically. But I think it's important. But the way you just broke down the whole piece of how we're meditating on things. For my clinician friends, I know we meditate on progress notes all the time. We meditate on, did we take that payment, or did I call my CPA, or did I do this, or is that person coming in, my schedule, what's coming up next, and for other people that are watching, it's the same thing. We never saw it as meditation.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is, Sharon. You're meditating all day long, as I like to say in my trainings. You roll out of the womb knowing how to meditate. Nobody has to teach you how to meditate. As you grow and develop as a young child, you begin to think, you begin to notice things and process. And we know that, children are very egocentric. So everything comes back to them. Whatever happens, was it my fault? And so that is part of the meditative process. Your thoughts, how you picture yourself in a scenario, an equation. What is your experience as it relates to someone else? These thoughts, the accumulation of these thoughts makes up meditation. And so when people think about, a meditation practice, they think that it has to be something super elaborate, like crossing your legs, sitting silently with incense and candles. And that is one way that it can be expressed, but we are in various types of meditative states throughout the day. And it's not to say that when you're at work that is wrong, but you can get in a meditative loop that loop does not serve your best interest when it comes to pouring back into you so that you have energy to continue to go forward. I know when it comes to mind, body, faith, we look in the Bible and we see where Jesus would, step away, from the healing, the preaching, and the teaching, and go away for silence and stillness. That is to refresh. So lots of people do that through retreats. Some people do all conferences or go into a silent retreat or even just a walk in the park. All of these things we're probably already doing, but it's about placing intention behind it to know that these things can be a part of your self-care without dollars attached to it. Wow. I always like to say that some of the best examples that I have in my family are my mom and my grandmother, who's no longer here, but they were expert meditators. And so are you, Sharon, and everybody else that is on this live. You're expert meditator. Yes. Now, whether you are meditating in a way that is positive or in a way that is negative. You are probably an expert meditator in whatever you're doing day to day. But my grandmother, her meditative practice was cooking. So she would be in the kitchen. She was in Mississippi, and she would be hours in the kitchen cooking, but that would be her happy place. And it would look like she would be, what I called it as a child, she was in the zone. She was in the zone. And everybody knew, leave grandma alone. She's in the zone. Everybody got to get out of the kitchen, right? And the same thing with my mother. When she's in the zone, when she's in that space where she's able to clear out space, not clear the mind, but see things and experience things a little bit more clearly, she's gardening. She's on her knees, hands in the dirt, and engaged in an activity that is repetitive helps people to begin to process their thoughts and sort things out. And that is the foundation of our relationship with ourselves. Because when we're not able to come to some type of resolve or gain clarity, we have angst, we have anxiety, we have stress, and all of that comes from within, and it impacts us. Sometimes in a negative way, through ailments, through health challenges. And so it's very important for us to get a handle on the mind-body connection and how that is so important in the realm of self-care. Meditative activities are something that is very appealing for people that say, I can't just sit for 5-10 minutes and do nothing, Sherrell. It's too much. And I'm like, okay, I got something for you. You don't have to do that. So a nice walk can be a meditative activity. Knitting, crocheting, doing something repetitive with the hands puts you in that space where you are able to break a loop to go into a different meditative state, a different level of consciousness, so that you can allow yourself to be connected with yourself in a different way, so that you know how you need to replenish yourself.
Right. This is good. It makes perfect sense.
Okay.
This is really good. We're about 20 minutes in. It goes by so quick, but let's make sure we holler at the folks, Sherrell. Okay. So we have Dr. Kiba here. We have Dr. Vicky T. Sapp from Scranton, PA. Hey, mentor, love you. Today is her birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And Miranda is on. Hey, Miranda Dennis. And Kiana T. Fields is on from Forgiveness Nation. Hey, Kiana. She says quiet time. Yes. And Vicky says mindfulness. In 2020, I will be a human being.
That's right.
And she said deep breathing, listening to thunderstorms and the rain sound machine in her office with the door closed and lights dim. So she is taking a break in the middle of the day.
That's awesome. And that's the thing. People, unfortunately, the way that society has kind of marketed mindfulness and wellness to us, we think it's only one way to do it. One size does not fit all. And so incorporating sounds, changing up your environment, doing something very simple, maybe spending time with your dog or your pet. All of these can be meditative in nature, because it takes you out of your main meditative loop, which many times is work and community, and brings you back to the center of yourself. And that refuels you. Many times people are burned out and they're not taking care of self because they have not spent time with self.
Right. Like for me, it's music. I'm also a person that crochets. I know how to knit and crochet. And so I have a bag of yarn. And if I start doing something, I literally can feel my stress level just come all the way down. Absolutely. And I always tell my clients that if you do something with your hands, crocheting, knitting, sewing, coloring, cooking, like you said, chopping something up, whatever, you can play with Play-Doh. It can be anything that grabs your attention and refocuses you. And so I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's a testament to where we are right now in society with the rise of the paint parties, adult coloring books. It's like we're going back to our childhood days, because we've lost so much of our ability to refuel ourselves and replenish ourselves. And so bringing that element back as an adult can really help us to have longevity, so that we really can walk out our purpose in life.
That's right. All right, y'all. Y'all got this information? This is awesome. If you have questions, please ask your questions. I love the comments. It's letting me know that you're getting it. And I'm just excited. And so this is good information. Like I said, it goes by very fast, but this is good information and it's free. Free 99. I keep saying that every night. Free 99. We're giving you basic and simple tips, tools, and techniques, if you will, so that you can kind of walk into 2020 a different way. We're not saying start a new resolution. This is not about resolution. I'm saying this again because I know there are people who are on now that were not on in the beginning, because we know with New Year's resolutions, you come up with something and within 10 days, it's a wrap. And something I said last night is that we're on day 24. If you have been watching every night, you've already created a new habit of how you think. If you took these tips from every single night, you've already started thinking differently. Yes. And so we're encouraging you. It takes 21 days to create a habit. And so if we're on day 24, you've already shifted into a whole nother realm. And so this is an opportunity on day 24 to add something else to your toolkit. You know, we have 7 more days, but still we got this. So what'd you say, Sherrell? We are human beings, or what'd you call us?
Yeah, we are human beings.
Not 2020.
Right.
And so
but we practice being a human doing on a regular basis.
And we're saying stop that.
And we're saying stop that. We're saying add in elements, take moments during your lunch break, during different points of your day to reconnect with ourselves. One of the highlights for me this year was I was talking to someone that was explaining to me why they did not like yoga. And once I began to explain to them about the meditative process, which on a physiological level invokes the relaxation response in the nervous system. And I said, well, that's why yoga is slow, because yoga is a form of the meditative practice. And when I shared that with her, the light bulb went off, and she never knew, she never equated to it being a meditative practice. And so that's something that people are interested in. They're like, I have to use my hands, I have to move. Yoga, Qigong, Tai Chi, these are all part of the healing modalities family, where it's slow types of movement that will allow you to get into this meditative space. I know there's some people that use yoga, as just a, physical modality just for fitness. But there is an element, if you find maybe a gentle class or a slower type of flow class, it is meditative in nature for a reason, hence why it's yoga. It's a meditative movement modality. So just wanted to just share that for maybe somebody out there that's like, well, I don't like yoga because it's so slow, but it's slow for a reason. It's a meditative practice.
Right. Slow down. We need to slow down anyway. I think that's the other thing, by us being super doers, that we're constantly on the go and we don't slow down. So, I mean, I think it's good that, you're talking about the process of taking a minute. And I shared earlier that Sherrell has helped me. I've had 3 sessions with her already. And so, and I do this in the morning on a Wednesday morning where she helps me slow down. But she's also helping me so that I'm not in pain constantly. For people that don't know, I have a lot of hip pain and a lot of shoulder pain. And in 3 weeks, I have not had any pain until like the weather dropped the other day. And I was like, uh-oh. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I'm not seeing Sherrell this week. Oh, Lord. So I better start stretching myself. But it has been very helpful to have this movement, but it also has helped me to slow down and focus. Yeah. So that has been very beneficial.
Yeah. So I think slowing down has to be some part of your self-care, regardless of how you do it, in whatever manner it manifests or look like, whether it's through drawing, clay work, artwork, doodling. You have to be able to incorporate at some point in your life some type of slowing down, because that's how you care for yourself.
Right.
When injuries happen, the healing process is a slow process. And that's the indicator for our bodies to slow down so we can heal. And so I know that everything is really warp speed, fast speed, everything, we get information at the speed of light. But sometimes we have to take a step back from that and remember really how we were originally designed and created. And we have these different responses within our bodily systems for a reason. It's for a reason. And it's not to stay on 10 all day, every day. Wow. So meditation as a form of self-care really helps to break the repetitive loop, bringing you to a calmer sense of consciousness through the relaxation response, through meditation. And that can be, you can experience that a number of ways. And I hope that people will be open as they start a brand new year, or even today, with incorporating meditative pauses throughout your day, and notice how differently your relationship with yourself will be.
This is good. It makes me think about getting rest at night. And so when I'm talking to people about EMDR treatment, the eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, I explain to them that just like when your brain, you lay down at night, it is so that your brain can basically reboot. You're processing things that happen throughout the day, but you're resting so that when you wake up in the morning, you're like, yeah, I'm ready to go.
Absolutely.
If you feel that way in the morning, imagine what you would feel like if you took these pauses that Sherrell is telling you to take throughout the day. Slow down for a minute. Think. Have more clarity. Feel better about the decisions you're making. You're not making rash decisions.
Absolutely.
You feel more confident. And so, or like Dr. Vicky T. Sapp, turn the lights down. Close your eyes for a minute. Pause. It's a good thing. She said, I turn the lights down. I may have to read that. So she said, the rain machine is on. I'm like, just don't start snoring. Nobody, don't fall asleep. But the reality is that these are things that are very important. So if you get that same effect at night, imagine what can happen throughout the day if you just slow down a little bit and pause. You can be so effective and productive, but also in a mindset where you can be cognizant of what it is you're actually doing. Sometimes we do so much and like, wait, did I do that? I don't know if I did that. Oh no, I missed this. And what's going on? Slow down so that you can see what's happening.
Absolutely. I love that. And just with that, I so agree. I remember my grandmother used to say this when we would just be doing too much, what we say now, you just doing too much. She would say, go sit yourself down somewhere. Right. Instead of others or a doctor telling us to just calm down, we need to start telling ourselves, Sherrell, sit yourself down. Just sit down for a minute and just breathe.
That's right.
So hopefully people will take that to heed when the new year hits and you want to start living life differently.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so we got it. This is good stuff, y'all. I'm like, I told Sherrell can go. I'm like, go, Sherrell. But I know we only got 30 minutes. Okay, we're at 8:32, but we're gonna finish this. Dr. Vicky T. Sapp says, yes, bring you back to the center of yourself. Love it. Monica Cope Ward is on from the Relationship Boosters. Hey, Monica. Vicky's laughing at us, and she also says, pause and peace be still. Yes, absolutely. So, Sherrell, any last minute tips that you need the people to know in addition to what amazing things you have already shared?
Yeah, I would tell people, instead of just looking at your life in a negative sense, like I have to scrap everything and let me, bring in these new meditative techniques, look at what you're already doing. Evaluate what activities are already part of the rhythm of your life and be intentional. Oh, I do a devotional every morning. Oh, I go outside and I take a walk. So if you're already doing something, place intention behind it and allow this to be a form of self-care. If you don't have any of these practices as part of the regular rhythm of your life, then look at them and find what resonates for you, not what is popular.
Find what resonates for you and not what is popular, because we know it is not one size fits all, y'all. So Please do what works best for you. Sherrell, that's awesome.
Thank
All right,
you.
so to close us out, tell the people what's coming up for you and where they can find you.
Well, of course, you can find me on all platforms at SherrellMooreTucker.com. And that's 2 R's, 2 L's, spelled with an S, not a C. And I had the pleasure of being asked back by Sharon. She's doing a networking event next month in January. So you can find me at the networking event. I'll also be in Pennsylvania on January 25th for a Black Girl Health. They're doing a yoga retreat. And I also have my own Sisters Who Meditate retreat for those that are interested in practicing meditation in line with the Christian tradition. I'm doing a Sisters Who Meditate retreat in April, on April 3rd, here locally in Marysville, Maryland. So it has some great events coming up. And if people want to learn more about what I do, they can just go to my website, SherrellMooreTucker.com.
Okay. And the Sisters Who Meditate retreat is April
3rd through the 5th.
3rd through the 5th. Okay. All right. And Sherrell, what's the website again, Sherrell? I'm trying to type it all. Okay.
Sherrell Moore Tucker. And you'll find my events, my class schedule. I offer virtual yoga and meditation sessions, either in a group setting or private. So I can kind of, make my way, not just in my own community, but even people that are outside of my community in different states. So I'm very excited to most recently started offering that as well.
All right. Yeah, I got that. We hope to see you at the retreat. Last minute. I can't remember what happened last time, but I had my shirt. I still wear my shirt. I wear my shirt like I was there. And so, and like she said, she does do virtual sessions as well. So wherever you are, you can get a virtual session. That's what I do every Wednesday from my office. And so it works. Sherrell, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me, Sharon. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas, everyone. It's Merry Christmas Eve. Enjoy your day tomorrow. I will be back. Tomorrow I will be solo. So get ready because I have some things to share on Christmas Day. I'm excited and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.